But now, honey, lay off them shoes and don't you step on my blue suede shoe.
Now, did you know that Northampton has a centuries-long rich shoemaking history? Now, it's a history which you might not connect with Northampton. Now, Michelle Lewis set up the Northampton Shoe Tours to solve this and to delve into the history. Now, the tours are in their second year of running and are open now for sign-ups. And Michelle joins us live on the line. Good morning, Michelle. Welcome.
Good morning and good morning, Northampton.
Oh, fabulous, fabulous. Now, look, tell me, why are you so passionate about exploring this history?
Well, first of all, my company is Step Forward with Lewis, and it's an active company, and it's all about building community and fitness. So I wanted to add some fun and also the history of Northampton. A couple of years ago, Northampton was getting so much bad press that I was thinking, well, what can we do to turn this around? Mm. And we're so rich with the shoe tours, you know, the shoe history. Yeah. Sorry, I've just woken up. It is Sunday morning, so words all over the
You're allowed to. That's all right. Oh, do you know what? I'm looking at the time thinking, would I even be out of bed if I was at home at this time? Maybe not. Maybe not.
I'm still in bed in my PJs like the rest of everyone else.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
No, but on a serious note, Northampton's just got so much history, and yes, we've got, regarding the shoes, and yes, we've got this beautiful Northampton Shoe Museum with the shoes and a taste of the history, but there's nothing actually taking you out there and showing you the shoe factories and making it feel real. So that's when I come up with the running and the walking tours.
Oh, that's such a brilliant idea. Step Forward with Lewis. I think it's a brilliant idea. One, you're getting fit, and also you're just finding out a little bit more about the history of Northampton. Tell me, if you can tell me, one really quirky fact about the shoemaking culture in Northampton, what would that be? What was something that you heard that you thought, wow, I didn't know that?
Okay, how many out there know where the term cobblers actually came from and what it actually means?
Go on, you've got to tell us.
That's a question.
That is a question.
It was actually a disapproval way to indicate that someone did not know their craft in the shoes industry. And it wasn't until the 18th century that it became a term used for those that repaired shoes but didn't know enough to make them.
That's interesting. That's so enough to repair them, but not enough to make them. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
Next time you think cobblers and talking about the football team, now you know where the word comes from.
Exactly. So I'm imagining this. So this group, Step Forward with Lewis, are you actually walking around the buildings as well? Because I imagine some of these buildings are quite historic buildings as well.
No, and this is the pity, and this is why I keep promoting these tours. Most of these buildings now are apartments. Even the famous military boots one, Hawkins. So much history has just been refurbished into a beautiful, apartment.
Yeah.
So we've only got the outside of most of these. The only building at the moment that's the original Victorian, and it's the one on Guildhall Road. People will see it stands empty on the corner. It's still a good example of a Victorian shoe factory in its original state. So if you're on Guildhall Road and you see that factory on the corner empty, that is still a factory in its original state that hasn't yet been touched. And we need to, absorb, this. And
we do. No, we absolutely do. What have been some of the highlights? Because you did this last year as well. What were some of the things that folks said who actually came on the tour?
Everyone that's been on the tour, and I can say this, I've had people from Sweden and China, as well as those in the UK. I say don't look down, always look up, because the architecture, and I open people's minds. Because when I've managed to get through research, find some pictures of what it was in the times when these buildings were shoe factories. So they're able to picture what it was like back in the day. Because you haven't got just the factories, you've also got the houses next to the factories. So on each road that you have a factory, and sometimes there's more than one, then if the factory was successful, they built houses along rows of houses.
Because it was a real community, Michelle, wasn't it? It was a real community, wasn't it? A real community feel.
Yes, it was. And another fun fact for you, at one point, Northampton town had 1,821 factories. So you think how, wow, you think of churches being a big building, but a lot of factories started in houses, started in the back of a workshop, in these houses. Yeah. So next time you're in Northampton town, really look at the houses, look at the streets, and you'll understand from this this interview on this, right now.
Yeah,
what I mean.
That's amazing. 1,821. Wow, that is absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. Now, look, lastly, tell us the website. Where can people go to find out more and to book themselves on a tour?
Yeah, it's stepforwardwithlewis.com. And you go to my menu and you've got shoe tours. I have actually been doing this since 2020, so it's been more than 2 years. But come along. I only do a few tours a year, but I do private tours if there's a need for it.
Fantastic. Well, Michelle, thank you very much. Hopefully that's been a good start to your morning. Well, it's been a good start to our morning as well. So you take care. Thanks very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Michelle Lewis there, who set up the Northampton shoe tours. I mean, that's amazing. At one stage, she said in Northampton, there were, 1,821 factories making shoes. And if the factory was really successful, then they would build little houses around the factory as well. I mean, that's a real community kind of network that you had when we were such a strong manufacturing base.